All right, so while we're getting ready to get started, guys, I want to welcome you all to our customer gathering training here at Think Plus. My name is Julius Weems, Regional Director out of Destin, Florida today, Weehawken, New Jersey tomorrow. So I'm excited to be here. And I have been in the business now for a little over 2.5 years. And I here with my not only my sponsor, but my friend and none other than regional partner Kirk Haran. And we're going to walk you through customer gathering training. I'm going to encourage you to get a pen and piece of paper because the beautiful thing about our business, it is all about duplication. It is all about simple things done over and over again. And so it's all about things that duplicate, not innovate. And we're going to show you the foundation. If you're brand new, we're going to walk you through steps. We're going to even give you some scripts tonight that you can use right now. And we're going to keep it very simple for you. And so welcome everybody to all of our new advisors, to all of our advisors that are already here. We are excited to kind of get everything started tonight. So you going to kick us off, Kurt?
Yeah, go ahead. Kick us off, brother.
All right. So I'm gonna let me see. I actually could request. Are you going to go to the next slide? Um, all right. So
What?
when you first get involved and
I
start
can't
the,
get in right now.
let me go. I'm
Hang
sorry.
I
on.
I just
Gary,
You're in. You did it. I'm proud of you. You're here. You're live. All right. So let's go ahead and get kicked off. So the first, when you signed up, and I always tell people this is that when you spend $59 to get started, right? You actually I always tell people that you did the first step of starting a business, right? And so, but your business isn't active, right? It's not active until you do your certification, you do your background check, and you become your own first customer because not only do you want to become your own first customer so you can experience the product, but also you get paid on your own bill that you've been paying your whole life. And so that is the foundation. I always say it's almost like you're an energy advisor, but until you become a certified energy advisor, it doesn't count. So become your own first customer, do your certification, your background check. And it says the first 72 hours, but I'm going to encourage you to do it in your first 24 hours. And then we're going to make a short list of people you know, love, and trust and ask them to support your new business. And here's what I'll tell you. Like I asked everybody tonight, if you're new, I'm going to do this with you real time, really quickly, and I won't take a lot of time. Is that if you're brand new tonight, I want you to take a pen and paper, and I want you to do this. I want you to write down the five family members that you have that are in one of the markets we're in. Okay, and if you're in a market, if you don't know all the markets yet, just know that see if I can walk through this. Texas, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Maine,
DC,
upstate New
Delaware.
York, Washington, D.C. So I want you to write down five people that you know, um, five family members. Just do first names real quick. This is like a 2 minute exercise I do with every new energy advisor I sponsor. Now I want you to write down five people you work with. Just five names, first names, be quick with it. Then I want you to write down five people you've loaned money to. Five people you've loaned money to. Okay.
Sorry, Jules.
And so, and then I want you to write down five people you admire that you think are successful business people, right? That's what I do with a new person. So just a short list, five family members, five people that you work with, five people that you've loaned money to, and then five people you admire, right? So now you got 20 people right there that will show you how to share it with them. But I just want you to do that while I'm talking. And then, when you get your first check, after you become your own customer, you've set in place the ability to get your first check. And now you know it works. You're now a customer. And then you have a story to tell your new customers and advisors that you can say, hey, look, I signed up for this thing 72 hours ago. I put myself in as a customer. The following Friday, I got a check. And that is how the business starts with your story, your list, and getting paid. And so earning your first promotion is is something that, I want you to always think about is that where do I need to go next, right? It gives you a target. And so you're an energy advisor. And as an energy advisor, you signed up, you got certified, you're ready to go. You can do business in 13 states that we're in. But the next step is regional energy advisor. And to become a regional energy advisor, you need 5 personal customer points. These are bonuses that you get when you actually promote. You need 20 team customer points. Now you can do all 20 by yourself, but when you have 20, you have 5 personal customer points and 20 team customer points, you're going to get a leadership promotion bonus of $100. If you do it in less than 30 days, you're going to get $200 in addition to what you're going to get paid for putting yourself in as a customer. So now your $59 investment in your first 30 days has made you a little over $200. Well, actually a little bit more than that, probably a little over close to $1,000, just for promoting to regional energy advisor. Then senior energy advisor, you put in one more personal customer, and you have a total of 200 team customer points, and you have a leadership promotion bonus of $250, and then $500 if you fast track, and then director, 8 personal customer points and 500 team customer points. You become a director. Now, why is this is I always say this is the sweet spot of our business, right? Because as you build to senior energy advisor, you now open up different levels of pay in your business. You get paid to for more depth in your business. But the foundation of it is making sure that everybody starts the same way by understanding how to do one thing, and that's how to get a customer. And so our step one is to ask somebody for a favor. Now, how many times does somebody ask you for a favor and the first thing you think is what? Oh, they want some money, right? So I asked you to write in your 5 people, the 5 people that I asked you to write 5 people on your list that you have loaned money to. So I want you to go to 5 people that you have done a favor for, and I want you to call them and you're gonna say, hey, I won't say mom first. I'm gonna say, hey, Kirk, I know I loaned you some money or I did this for you, and I need you to return the favor to me, and I need your help right now, and it's really important. Do you have a few minutes? And Kirk's gonna say sure, and I'm say Kirk, I need a favor. If I know I loaned you $10 a while ago, but you can keep the $10, but I need a favor back right now, and it won't. It's gonna save you some money. It's not going to cost you anything or inconvenience you, and it would really be important to me. Would you do me a favor, Kirk? And you can keep that $10.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and so you can do this with your dad. I'm just saying that I've done a lot of favors for people, and I use this guys, and I tell people, look, I've mowed lawn, I've mowed lawns, I've cleaned up for people, I've painted, and so I've been calling people back that I've done favors for. But when you call your mom, your dad, you say, or your aunt, you say, Auntie, I need a favor. If I can save you some money, it's not going to cost you anything, and it won't inconvenience you. It would mean a lot to me if you could just do me a favor. And Auntie's gonna say, "Well, baby, what you need?" And I'm gonna tell her, "Look, I'm launching a energy business that I'm helping people save money. I just want you to try my service out. It'd mean a lot to me if you just supported me and tried it out. And I wouldn't do anything. I always put on there. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. So I want you to help me out." And so my dad, 3 of my aunts, not all my aunts became customers, but my 3 of my aunts and my sister and some cousins, just because they did me a favor. And so, Kirk, you want to add anything to that? Because I
Yeah, I
know.
do.
Take a
So
picture of this slide. If you're on tonight, take a picture of these scripts so you can use them right away.
yeah, so first of all, we have a little inside joke. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna help you get better at what we do, but we're gonna be real with things. And one of our little inside jokes we have is go talk to your friends and family first to get all the no's out of the way, because that's what happens. And
Yeah.
we all have those stories. I've been sharing one about my father-in-law, but there's many. More recently, I called my brother. I have my kids in the business, and I was reaching out to my brother. My oldest son needed one more customer for a promotion, and I said, Scott, would you just do me a favor? It's risk free. It's it was all it is community solar in upstate New York. I said it's risk free. It's like a coupon for your electric bill. Would you just do me a favor and sign up and try it so Justin can promote? And he said, no, my wife and I are good. No, no, I'm going to be honest with you. At the moment, I wanted to strangle him, but we just put those little notes in our pocket and we move forward. There's no sense in getting mad at anybody about this because the reality is, as you all know, we're not selling anything here. Everything we offer is free. Now, there are markets, the New England markets, Texas. Actually, we're sharing rates with people. Sometimes in New England they're good. Sometimes they're not as good. So the most important thing to understand there is we're not just signing people up. If we can't help them, if you look at their bill and they look at the rate we're charging versus what they're paying, leave them there until we can help them. We're not desperate to put people into something that's not going to put them in a better place. So, the energy markets are volatile. Those New England markets are sometimes very tough. So I want to be clear that we're not just signing people up, but in every market with community solar, although some of it's dual billing, some of it's consolidated billing, it is literally a guaranteed free savings every month for 20 to 25 years. There's zero risk in enrolling in that program. So these are great programs. So when you're asking people to do you a favor, you're really doing them a favor. That's the ironic part of it. So let's get into community solar a little bit. So let's say Julius lives in Maryland. All right, I'm reaching out to him. Hey Julius, are you currently taking advantage of that free state-sponsored discount on your electric bill? He look at me like I have three heads. What are you talking about? Grab your bill. Let me see if you qualify. And now he's like, what do you mean? Why wouldn't I qualify? Even though he don't know what I'm talking about, he wants to know why wouldn't he qualify already. So I enter his information or help him enter his information. Good news, you get a 10% discount on your bill every month for 25 years. Do you want it? Of course he's going to say yes to that. So just going through those motions very quickly and with confidence, you'll get a lot of customers that way. Now the other way is go ahead. You want to say something, Jules?
Yeah, especially community solar is such a big benefit, right? I mean, I use this same one to go into businesses, into property apartments, apartment complexes, and say, look, especially a property manager saying, hey, look, probably 50, there's a program the governor just launched, probably about 50% of your residents can get a 25% discount on their energy. You think that's something they'd be interested in?
Yeah.
And every product, yes, yes, definitely, great. Okay, and you mind if I share it with you, or do you have do you guys control the bills for your residents, or do they pay their own bills? Is there a way for us to communicate with them? Oh yeah, I send an email out. Okay, well it's limited space available. So how about we send something out to see who can qualify? And so that has been a lot of fun because property managers are like they want to give value so more people move into their building, and it's been really good to do. So that's been a good one.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles you can go. I mean, Julius does a whole nother, training and presentation on helping nonprofit organizations. We're not going to dive into it too much, but think about it just for a second. The pastor of a church up in front of the members, and they speak out to a new fundraiser, and they have their QR code or their link on all the TVs around the church property, and they have flyers out there, and they say, listen, we're running a new fundraiser. The good news is you don't need to pull any money from your pocket. You can simply benefit and help us by benefiting yourself, saving money on your bill. It's a free program. Sign up. You're going to support the church because we get a commission for it, and we're going to use that money for other things. So that's just a little overview of that. We're not going to dive into that because we have a lot to get through with a lot of new people on here and a lot of excitement in our company right now. This other one is great for cold marketing. Hey Julius, or hey sir, he's working at a storefront or whatever. Hey sir, I just finished my training course and I'm now a certified energy advisor. I'm now authorized in the state of Maryland to save people money on their electric bill. Would you let me do a free analysis for you to see if we can help you save some money? So using that free analysis thing works good. Let me, Jules, you
I got you.
mute that. So that's just another angle if you're operating in the in the businesses or cold market. You can advise them that you are a certified energy advisor with Think. Okay, so the goal here with the customers is to get the yes. Once you've gone through the information, showed them how simple it is to enroll. Don't say anything else or do anything until you get a yes to helping you or doing a favor. Get the yes. Julius, I really need you to do me a favor and try this. Now, there's some people that flat out are not going to do it. Like I said, my little brother would not do it for me, and I just got to move on. But you're going to get those situations. There's people out there that don't want to see you win. There's people out there that are jealous of if you're having success. So there's a plethora of reasons why somebody won't do it for you, but it's never because it won't benefit them. Okay. If they offer any resistance, simply repeat the question. As I said, Julius, it won't cost you anything. It won't even inconvenience you. It will save you money, and it means a lot to me. We've been friends a long time. Do you trust me? Yeah, I trust you. So will you help me out? Nope. You still can get that sometimes. So, like I said, don't take it personal. In most cases, they might not even understand why you're asking them, and they're not willing to listen. So, save it for another time. Don't burn bridges because, in my opinion, everybody that says no eventually becomes a yes. It's just in a follow up. Down the road, you can go back to them and say, "Hey, Julius, I already know you're a no. I'm trying to get better at what I do. I'm doing some training. I've been doing some training. Can I show you this video on the benefits that our customer gets? It's only 2 minutes. Will you watch this video? Sure. Now I'm showing him what's going on. Now I got his ear, and he very well may become my customer or even want to make money with me. A lot of times you can tell them you started a new business. I also like saying I'm working on a new project, whatever verbiage you choose. After you get the yes, tell them you started a new business. That's why you're asking them to do a favor for you. Pause for a minute, look for signs of possible interest. They say, "Can I make money like you are?" Well, absolutely. Let me show you how that works. Now you're rolling into your 9-minute overview and you're showing them the business opportunity. And perhaps while they're watching the video, you're texting somebody saying, "Are you available for a three-way call?" So you want to set up that three-way call. And we teach people if necessary, don't be afraid to do a three-way call even for a customer. Sometimes, like I said, with your family, if they hear it from somebody else, they're more likely to support you because they just know who you are and they're scratching their head thinking, why is this person asking me about my electricity bill? Your potential customer might ask you to tell them more about the business. Transition from asking them to being a customer to a possible business partner.
One of the things
And
that Kirk, I just
go
want to
ahead.
talk about
Yeah.
is I want, from a business standpoint, I want everybody to understand this is that, a customer comes into your business, and Michael Falquist has set it up so that we don't have the volume of attrition. That customer is probably going to be your customer for a long time. Okay, so we're talking about now the only thing we're trying to solve is how do we get a lot of customers, right? And if we understand that, and we understand that, okay, I know that we have value. I know there's the products we have are many of them are over 5, 10 years in value to the customer. Mentally you go into it different, right? So it's now okay. I'm not trying to convince people, but I was on a call with my team before this, and I was saying that if somebody tells you no, right, be ask some questions. So if I'm talking to Kirk and Kirk says, well, send me more information and all these questions, I'm gonna say, Kirk, I'm gonna look him right in his face and I'm gonna say, Kirk, look, are you saying that you're not interested in a way to save money? And Kirk's gonna probably say, no, I want to save money, right? I'm saying, so if I can save you money, would you at least try it for 90 days?
Sure.
And what I found is that when you pause and give people a moment, they really don't even know why they're saying no to it, which is so funny to me. Is that you know you're saving the money, but it's you're saying no because they just don't have understanding. And the worst thing you can do for everybody is take it personal. I find that if you get over that, I mean, and we're talking about millions of customers available to us, millions. And if you go through your list with the understanding that, hey, look, I'm just here to help somebody. But even if they say no, if somebody says no, at the end of a call, I say, hey, look, can you do me a favor and help me out because I'm trying to really get better at this. Can you give me some insight into why you're saying no? What did maybe I didn't share something properly? Because sometimes there's an opportunity in there in learning from the no. And that's what I'm teaching a lot of. And we're learning that a lot of people are saying no just because they had a bad experience, they don't want to change, they're scared of change, and that'll help you a lot as well.
Yeah, I'll just add to that because you kind of made me think about it. A lot of times when you get a no, if it's somebody that's not like really close to you, it's a really good thing to say, listen, Julius, I'm trying to get better at what I do. I'm brand new. And, why are you saying no? If you don't mind my asking, it's okay, but I just want to get better moving forward. I want to be able to overcome this when I get more no's. And then the other thing that I would say, as we look at this slide here, now in general, you might not share all of this stuff with a warm market connection that you don't know very well, but when you're really trying to get your family to support you, I mean, they'd be hard pressed to tell you no when you share with them that, listen, mom, Trish and I are just tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I really could use your support right now. Would you just try the service? Do me a favor and try it. We're trying to get out of debt, or I'm trying to build up a college fund for the kids, or I really hate my job and I love to fire my boss, and I see this as the vehicle to do it, or more time with the family. I talked about this before, but when your wife tells you, not in a vindictive way, when your wife tells you we've learned to live without you because you're working so much, you're never around, that's a strong why. More time with your family, you know what I mean? Or give more to your church or charity, and then financial freedom. In this world right now, an extra two, three, $500 a month will really help a lot of people out with their monthly expenses. I mean, we're in some crazy times, and there's so many people who need another stream of income. Most people do what I did. I worked 2 to 3 jobs my entire life until I got into this industry, and I was still living paycheck to paycheck. So if they show any interest because of your why, don't have them sign up as a customer until they see the opportunity. Because sometimes when you're sharing your why, it kind of highlights what might be the why for them. So go ahead, Jules.
And so then just walking them through the sign up process is so important because remember everything you do is training, right? Every step you take is training. So you walk the customer through enrolling. You cannot enroll for them, but what I do say is I have the customer send me a picture of their bill, and if I've done an analysis, I have it, so I can at least tell them where to find things, right? So as a Think Energy advisor, you're not allowed to complete enrollment for customers. Um, they will receive a confirmation via email or text. You can select which one that must be done in order to finish the enrollment. I actually do that, when they're actually going through the application, I let them know that verification is coming. And then when customers are over 75, they'll receive a call from verification from Think as a fraud protection feature for seniors. I will say that getting the bill, so I had somebody send me a bill and then they're signing up, and it was really, I mean, it really took a matter of minutes. Like, I just pointed him to, okay, this is on page 3 at the top. And if you do that process, you'll customers will be able to sign up easily, and you'll be able to work through that with them. But they're going to have to upload the bill anyway. So if you have them send it to you, you know they have a copy of it. So walking them through that is going to be a huge help because when if they become an advisor or they refer you customers, they'll be able to help as well.
And I will highlight that one more time that that customer will never get turned over to Think until they confirm that email or text. So it's a high priority that you make sure they confirm that. So, with the programs we have with Community Solar, Autosave, these are truly set it and forget it products that we're offering. They're all free. They all save people money, and be honest with you, you literally never have to interact with that customer again. But it's nice to let them know that you appreciate them, and nobody gets a handwritten letter anymore, right? So as time goes on, maybe when their 1 year anniversary of when they signed up as a customer, or maybe it's around a holiday, or you're just in the mood, whatever. Your customers are going to be loyal to you because of your relationship. Sending them a handwritten thank you card, maybe slipping a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts gift card in there just to show appreciation, will go a long way for a customer that's never leaving you. So make it personal, make it about the relationship. People rarely receive mail these days, so that handwritten card is powerful. I don't know if anyone's ever received one, but I mean, and then ask for referrals. I mean, a lot of the people who are putting in a lot of customers right now are literally asking people, Julius, I appreciate your support. You see value in this program. Do you have 5, 10 people that you can think of that I might be able to help, including beyond yourself? Sure. He starts giving me a list of names. I'm writing them down, and I'm going to ask him to let them know that I just helped him out, and he referred them. That way, it's a little more comfortable if you don't know who they are. Remind them that there's no cost for being a customer. Nothing changes in most cases, and aside from the dual billing market, nothing changes for that customer in any way. They go back to doing what they always do, and that's another reason they'll stay with you for life. When you're helping people out and you're not changing their buying habits, that's a lifelong customer. Things to know. So, I'll start with this one, Julius, and then you can take it too. People who do business with you, and I tell the same story, but it's just, it's the most clear situation of, most times if you're somebody's customer, you're literally paying them for the service that they're offering. What we do here is free, as we've been saying over and over again. So I used to own a rental property, and I had a landscaper taking care of the lawn, and like I said, I don't remember his name, but we'll call him John just for the sake of saying. And I come to him one day, and I said, I had just started in the energy business. I said, John, how long how long have I been your customer? He goes, about 2 years. Why? Is everything okay? I go, oh yeah. I go, I pay you cash every time you're done doing the job, right? On time? Yes, sir. Never had a problem. Is everything okay? I go, everything's okay. Listen, I'm asking you that because I've been your customer, loyal customer now for 2 years. I just started my own business, and I'd like to ask you to support my business and be my customer. Well, what is that? Well, I can save you money on your electricity bill. It's not going to cost you anything. It's guaranteed to save you money. Would you do me a favor and try it? No, Kirk, I'm good. I'm good. John, I'm asking you, but I'm not really asking you. I do business with you. I expect you to do business with me. The difference is what I'm offering is free. He goes, nope, we're all set. I go, all right, John. I said, listen, I'm asking you, but if you refuse, don't show up on Monday. He goes, are you serious? I said, dead serious. So he called me that Monday, and I said, no, you're done, man. And my next lawn care guy actually became an energy advisor and actually hit the first rank in the company very quickly. So, you gotta if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business, and don't let people walk all over you. This is big business. Even though the investment's minimal, this is a massive opportunity. If you don't get the desired result in 1 to 3 attempts, stop. Get help from your team. Maybe bring somebody else in to do a three-way call. But don't burn yourself up trying to win over one customer. There's lots of customers out there, and like I said, I don't take it personal. But if you're doing business with somebody, hair salon, lawn care, whatever services, dry cleaner. I went to my dry cleaner. He told me no, to be honest with you. I had been having my sport coats and dress clothes dry cleaned every week at this place. And I finally asked him to be my customer, and he said no. And I went to the next dry cleaner. And, you gotta be serious about what you have your hands on. Some other things to know. Take this slide, Jules.
Yeah, just being aware. I think for a new advisor, one of the biggest things is I have them store on their phone their customer enrollment site. So make that an icon on their phone so they're not looking around, to when they're signing somebody up or working with somebody, always knowing how to get to that. And then understanding like the volume. I have people call me all the time say, well, Julius, how big of a customer can we enroll? So we can do residential and small commercial, fixed electricity customers up to 500,000 kilowatts per year, which is pretty large. Autosave is residential and small commercial non-demand up to 100,000 kilowatts a year. And then community solar is residential, no cap on the usage, and then small commercial non-demand in some markets. And so it'll say on the site too for markets where we do small commercial. When you go there and put the zip code in, it'll have a small commercial and residential at the top. The other thing to keep on the first of every month, I download a copy of the product comparison guide. It shows me all the states we're in, and it shows me what we're offering in every state. So when I'm talking to people, I kind of keep that printed with me. So it's a very quick way for me to see what's happening in a market, right? So I don't have to wonder. So for example, in Virginia Dominion Power LMI, we maximize that capacity right now. So there's no available capacity in that market. And so by doing that, and I send that out to my team every every first of the month. Like, look, save this. This is your playbook for the month, right? And so that's super important. And so and then we have large commercial. If you have a large commercial customer, the company does all the work for you. Literally, you submit the large commercial account through your web office. Our large commercial team will review it, and they'll actually then send something to the customer with the rates that we can compete with. So you have a large commercial account, you can submit that as well.
Yeah, what I like about the large commercial, and again, I don't know how many people are focused on it. First, I will point out the fact that large commercial customers are loyal to no one. So, the beauty of a large commercial customer is that's a customer. If you don't know them, you can walk in there and say, I'm a certified energy advisor, and I'd like to do an analysis to see if we can get you a better price. I'm not enrolling you. I'm simply going to submit a couple copies of your bill, and our commercial team will be in touch. So you're not signing them up. You're just submitting copies of their bill, and then our commercial team is going to negotiate with that large commercial customer. If they like what they hear, they sign a contract, commercials contracts, and you get the credit for it. You get the commission, you get the residual, you get the points. When I say points, for those of you who don't know, electricity customers, we get 1 to 7 points based on what band they are. If they're a band 1 or a band 7, up to a band 7. So that's how the points are assigned to that customer. And then with community solar, it is 1 to 4 points based on the state and the category of community solar that they are. Okay, so there is some variations in the markets. So you never need to, guys. We're not going to take any questions right now. Maybe at the end, if you want to save them. The tools that you have at your fingertips is what should make this business simple. Whether you're an introvert or you're the most outgoing person on the planet, if you just let the tools do the work, we have the autosave video. All of these videos are less than 2 minutes, I believe, but if not less, right around 2 minutes. So you have the autosave video, you have the smart thermostat video, you have the community solar video, and then you have the battery, EcoFlow home battery video. All very professionally done. Let the tools do the talking. Don't dazzle people with all your knowledge about Think Energy and our products. It doesn't work, especially if you're trying to convert them to an energy advisor. Julius talks me through every product and explains everything in detail. I'm going to say, you know what, Julius? That all sounds really good. I trust you. God bless you. I don't have time to learn all that stuff. I'm going to pass on the opportunity, but I'll be your customer. So, you can talk somebody right out of the business by explaining everything to them. So let the tools do the work for you. And all of this is in our BAM app by Multibrain. If you don't have this app on your phone, download the app. Do not open it, and then connect it through your back office. Launch the BAM app. It's an incredible tool, and it's free to you. Take advantage of it. Anything you want to add there, Jules?
No, no, that was good.
And then also there's flyers. These are personalized to you with your link. As long as you're pulling these flyers up in your web office and you click on them, they will insert your links in all these flyers, and you can print them out if you're doing a home show, if you're you know attending any kind of event. A lot of times it's not a bad idea if you're having a home meeting. People, I remember when I first saw this industry, people want to have something to look at in their hand just to make it real. So it's not a bad thing to print out some of these flyers. And all of this stuff is in your back office through the BAM app. So use the tools. Let them help you. All right.
And so
Autosave.
autosave,
Yeah, go ahead.
one of the things, autosave is a huge, I'll say lead to our battery program. And understanding how to share autosave is super important. And what I've been encouraging folks to do is to use the 1 minute autosave video or a flyer to begin the conversation. Using the video helps people understand that, they've not seen anything like this before. You're talking about savings, you don't really have a number to tell them, right, that they're going to save. But what you're doing is that you're giving them security. And so when I talk about autosave, I let them know that they're signing up for something that's going to give them security each month, that they'll never be in a position to pay more than the utility, but they'll also save with no cap. And so the one thing to make sure of is that they have to, if they're with another third party, okay, they're going to need to cancel that third party supplier before signing up for autosave, or it's going to put them in a bad situation, right? And use these four autosave bullets to reinforce why they should try it. Number one, it's guaranteed savings when their supplies with Think Energy with no cap on that savings. They're guaranteed never to pay more than the utility. There's no renewals. They sign up once and we do all the work. They can cancel anytime and there are no fees. The one thing I'll say to everybody is that most people, to remove the confusion of the conversation, I'm going to tell you, use the 1 minute video and then let them know, look, what we're going to do is just protect you from being in a position where you end up, especially when I hear a lot of people talking about bad experiences where they end up paying variable rates and paying more money. And I'm going to say that's exactly why our company created this product, so that
Yeah.
you never end up in that position again. You mind if why don't you try this out for 90 days and let's see how it goes. And
Yeah.
so
Go ahead. Sorry, Jules.
and that's kind of how I walk people through that conversation, because it's very hard if you can't say, oh, you're paying, 7.9 cents a kilowatt or 12.3 cents a kilowatt. You're letting them know and sometimes one of the things I say is that, look, we've learned how to leverage AI and automation to make the decision because things are changing all the time, right? And they're like, yeah. I said, well, what we're going to be looking at is that if we can offer you a cheaper rate, a customized rate, we're going to do that. If we can't, you'll be with the utility, which is where you're at now, but you're going to be protected from anything that you had before, where your prices went up even past the utility. And so it's helped to have a simpler conversation. And people get the idea that we're using technology for everything. I even have folks say, look, on your phone, you have alarms and apps and things you do, and they automatically do things, or you automatically have alerts and alarms and tools. And this is just a tool that's going to automatically make sure you're in the best position possible.
Yep. And I'll share one other thing that I use is, let's say Julius lives in Pennsylvania, and I say, Julius, he goes, no, I've tried companies before. This is an objection you'll get. And I say, Julius, I get it. That's why I'm here. I've been in this industry for 17 years. I understand where you're at. That's why I'm here. This product right here, this one I'm telling you about, the video you just watched, is like an insurance policy for your electricity bill. The worst you're ever going to pay is what you're paying right now, Julius. You're with the utility. The worst you're ever going to pay is what you're paying now. You can only benefit from our product. If we can't save you money, our technology moves you back. You never have to do anything. This is like a dream come true for you because you're already back with the utility. And I will add, I just want people to understand, AutoSave doesn't know if somebody's on another supplier, and it's not that it wouldn't move them if they were below the if AutoSave or Think is below the utility, but it doesn't know what the third party deal is, and if that third party supplier comes to the end of a contract or a term and they roll into a variable rate thinking they signed up for AutoSave, they're going to be mad at you if we weren't able to move them from the utility to Think Energy during that time. So we encourage people to have them cancel with the third party through their incumbent provider. That's the best way to cancel with their third party supplier, rather than calling the supplier, because they might say they're going to do it, and you don't know if they did it or not. So that's the best way, and then AutoSave will kick in. And then we do have a fact sheet that explains everything that's in the web office. So Texas, I'll start with Texas. Texas, the sixth largest energy market in the world, largest energy market in the United States. We have a diverse suite of products. We have our 12-month products, and we have our Clean 36, I believe, is going to a 24-month product. But for now, this is still what's available until the end of the month. So you can choose from any of these products. If you connect your smart thermostat over here, Think Smart, that applies to any of the products that we're offering. Here's one of the things we don't talk about enough as one of the greatest benefits. So let's say I sign up Chris for a 36-month term, and whatever, it's 14.8, right? And then 2 months, 3 months from now, that rate drops down to 12.8. Chris can call into our customer care and ask to use his rate buy down, $29.95, move into that 12.8 rate, and reset his term and start over again. And he can do that twice a year. People love this. When you tell them about this, it really takes a lot of the objection out of anybody who's telling you no, because they're protected from going up, but they have a way to go down. It's 100% clean energy. We have a budget payment plan, and the Visa gift card. Listen, guys, you need to make sure your customers know. This is where most people are frustrated. They're like, I didn't get my gift card. It says right in the terms that the customer needs to call in to get the gift card after 6 months. You can set up your alarm or they can set up their alarm if you want to remind them, but 6 months after they pay their bill on time in full, they can get the gift card. But the company's not sending them out. They have to call and ask for it. It's not a big deal. So here's some tactics we like to use in the state of Texas. Because why are we talking differently about Texas? For those of you who do not know, everybody in Texas is in a contract. Everybody has deposits and cancellation fees. There's a lot of variations. There's always a new company popping up down there that might offer some gimmicky stuff. And the other thing is that the bill comes from the supplier. So when people enroll for Think Energy in Texas, they're getting a bill from Think Energy. So a simple approach to anyone, whether they're your friend or a stranger, is let's take a look at your bill so we can do a savings analysis for you. And that's real, because you can't just say, I'm going to save you money. You don't know what they're paying. I can tell you, if somebody was in a 3 or 5 year term, they might still be paying a lower rate. The rates have continually gone up, so they might be in a good spot, and you leave them there, and you look at when they're coming to the end of their term agreement, and you put them on your list to follow up with. But you're looking at the average price paid for electricity. That's on the bill. All right? Think Energy residential rates include base charge, energy charge, and TDU charge. And this is important to know, because some companies only put their charge on there, and they might look like they're a little bit less, but it's only their supply charge. Let's say, like I said, our rate is all in 14.8, and you look at their bill and it looks like they're paying 13. You need to look at the average price paid, or go to the electricity facts label. That's where you find the truth, okay? So residential, compare the average price paid to Think Energy total rate on the electricity facts label. Commercial, compare energy charge on the bill to the Think Energy charge on the electricity facts label. Important, very important stuff to know. And here's what that might look like. So you have a contract valid to whatever the date is. The average price, see it right here above that line, is 19.64. So you know what our rates are, and you're looking on here, it looks like they're only paying 14 cents. But you have to add all of those charges, and that's their average rate is 19.6. And that's how many kilowatts they're using, and then you multiply that by that. I mean, if you need to do the math, sometimes we do the math to show them why it's worth them paying their cancellation fee with their other company. A lot of times we're saving customers $200, $300, sometimes even more, $200, $300, that is. So it's pretty wild what's going on down there. But we can help a lot of people. But you do need to understand the market. It's a little bit different, but this is how you figure things out. Okay? Take a picture of this slide. If you're in Texas and you don't know the market yet, this is a good slide to have in your tools. And then budget billing. A lot of companies in Texas do not offer budget billing. I'm not saying none, but a lot of them do not. So we do. Anything you want to add here, Jules?
No. I mean, the thing is, the savings down in Texas, though. I mean, I've had some bills where people are saving anywhere from 20 to 40%. I mean, some of the rates are all over the place. So definitely understand this and how to do this. It really, I mean, some of the value we're offering down there is pretty big.
Yeah, and where it might sound awkward to us talking, if you're not from Texas, talking about deposits and you know credit checks. That's the way of the world down there. So just know that, and just learn it. It's a huge market. Bigger bills, bigger residuals. So in all of our electricity markets where the batteries are going, which is Texas, and the PJM markets, which is Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, DC, Delaware, and possibly even Maryland. So we'll see. But all that being said, they are all the rates, the autosave and the fixed rates are the pre-qualifier of that customer. Now the company sees who's a good customer for the battery program. They're going to send them an email, and they're going to CC you in it. So congratulations, Mr. Haran. Your customer, Julius Weems, qualifies for a battery. Get with him and help him apply. So you're going to know. The company's going to notify you, and then you're going to do your part to get them applying for the battery program. And then the company will be in touch, and they'll do all that they're doing on their end. But I just want to add that, as it says here, it is a simple and compelling value. You save on electricity, free backup power for your home, no cost to install. These batteries, the batteries retail at any of these outlets, you're probably looking at $18,000 battery. And then installation, you're up around 25,000, give or take. We're installing these in homes at no cost. I want you to think about that. The largest grid in our country is very fragile. They're having a lot of power outages. Since 2019, they've had upwards of 270 power outages in the state of Texas. So when you talk battery backup with people, they're all ears. And, I'll even share this story with you. A friend of mine, actually in the network marketing industry, I knew he was building a new house in Texas, so I was waiting until his house was done, and all I did is send him the battery video. Check this out. I know you just built a new home. Let me know if this is something that would interest you. And he sent me back this message. Oh my God, Kirk, this is unbelievable. I need to know more about this. I want to talk to the founders or the CEO of this company. This would be huge in network marketing. So, that guy is probably coming into my business because of that. He just got back from vacation. He was out of town, but I'm going to follow up with him tomorrow, actually, and see where we're at. But all I did is send him the battery video because I knew he just built a new house. So the battery program is going to be exciting, and I have a lot of people on my team down in Texas now that have received batteries already. They're taking pictures, videos. Their friends and neighbors are coming over. They're showing it off like it's a new car. And they have a list of people that they're bringing on as customers in anticipation of them getting their own battery backup system. So this is huge in Texas. There you go, Jules. Show them the money.
So everybody knowing how, where's the money and how do you get paid is super important to so many folks. So I want you guys to understand that you get paid every week. So every week we get paid customer acquisition bonuses and promos on Friday. So everything you do up to Friday midnight is paid the following Friday once that customer is reaches active status. So you can create a predictable income here up front. If you're out saying, hey, look, I'm going to go put in 10, 15, 20 customers a week, which some folks are doing even more than that. Last week I had someone in my team put in 100 customers. And you can have a predictable income, but it's paid on Fridays the week after the customer reaches payable status. Then every month, we get paid residuals and rank advancement bonuses are paid on every third Friday of the following month. So you know that your residuals, once you've gone through a cycle where all your customers have paid their bills, then you're going to get paid residuals, and then the month after your rank advancement, that's every third Friday. That's a very fun Friday in the company, I'll tell you. And then you get paid through Pay Quicker. They're going to send you an email when you earn your first $15 or more. You will then set up your account. You'll be able to set up ACH. You can have a physical card. I think I just got a replacement card in the mail, but you can have a Visa debit card. You can do ACH with your account, and you'll be ready to go. They have an app where you can actually see your payments on your app, and you also get an email from the company every week when payments are sent out. So that's how we get paid.
Yeah, I want to add one thing here, and it's a big deal, actually. So, as I said earlier, I've been in this industry for 17 years. And, the way it always worked with retail electricity is you would sign up a customer. It would take 1 to 2 billing cycles before they came on to the companies as a company customer. And then it would take them another at least 30 to 60 days before they would qualify residually for you. With community solar and auto save, as soon as that customer is a pending customer and they go to active status, you start receiving residual on those customers the following month. If auto save is with the utility, it's 50 cents. If it's with Think Energy, it's $1. So you get um, residual on these accounts immediately in autosave and community solar. So that's really cool. My first residual check I ever received after 5 months was $13.90. Now it happens a lot quicker here as far as the residual growing. So that's what I love about what we have our hands on here. I mean, this is true residual. This is not passive income where if people stop buying the product, the money goes away. Remember, we're not changing people's buying habits. You make them a customer one time and they stay with you for life. We have these sites, everything, all the information, this is a very fluid company. Things are changing on a rapid pace, and the best thing I can tell anybody, even if you're not as active as some people, if you're not plugging in to what's going on, you could be fully out of the loop in a couple weeks. That's how quickly things are changing. So take a snapshot of this screen specifically, because this is where you can be in the know all the time and know what's going on in your business and with the company. In closing, Julius, I want to make sure people stay on here because we've been running this month-long customer gathering contest, and it's been absolutely incredible watching people move through back and forth. And there's been big shakeups on these lists every week, and people are winning extra cash for doing the same work that they have to do anyways. So I think this is the last slide of this. I'm going to stop
It is. And
sharing.
while you
Go ahead.
pulling that up, I want to announce tomorrow night, guys, we are having a huge partner call. There are some big announcements tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We are having a partner call, and they're going to be announcing everything they got from their call with our CEO. And so there's going to be some big announcements tomorrow night. What I'm going to challenge is everybody, you can even bring prospects to that call. I'm bringing a bunch of folks to that call so they can see where this is going. I have people that have been in the business, maybe not have been doing as much, or I'm inviting to that call tomorrow night at 9:30. I'm going to ask one of my leaders if somebody could put the link to the number to that in the chat for me while we're waiting for to give the
It's
announcement.
the
But tomorrow
same
night,
link. We're using the same link now for
same
everything.
link.
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be the same link for tomorrow night, 9:30. Get on that call, guys. Let me tell you, the partners are under NDAs, so they couldn't share everything, but they're so excited that I'm letting you know tomorrow night is something special. So let's get everybody on the call tomorrow night at 9:30.
All right. So you can see the screen, Julius?
Yep.
All right. I know a lot of people have been hanging out for this. So we've been running this through the whole month of March. It's coming to the end tomorrow night. Shoot your shot during March Madness promos. A total of nearly $25,000 in up for grab cash and nearly $3,000 in Empower tickets are on the table. Awarded so far $11,000 in cash plus $2,400 in Empower tickets. I mean, that's a lot of money people made this month that they wouldn't have made without these promotions. Still to go, over $14,000 plus 3 Empower 2026 tickets. So let's see what's going on here. So this is promotion 1. This one is electricity and autosave only, as you can see here under the Go for Gold. It started March 1st and will end tomorrow night. First place will receive $3,000 in cash. Second place will receive $2,000. Third place $1,250. And then through the top 20, there's cash paid out. Fourth place $750, fifth place $500, sixth place $250, all the way to 10th place $250, and then 11th on down to 14 $150, 15 down to 20 is $100. Again, this is extra money, a total of $10,000. So here's the leaderboard. This is what's been going on in this crazy contest. I mean, this thing has been a neck and neck horse race since the beginning. So here's the top 20. We have Linda P, Hannah B, Deborah L. Remember, this is electricity only. All right. Sarah A., Andrew B., Mordecai R., David S., 13 is Ronnie L., 12 is Dwayne A., Adina H., number 11, Karen B., number 10, Peter G., number 9, Linda W., number 8, Alex Y., number 7, Sasson A., number 6, Jordan N., number 5, Hindi K., number 4, Energy T., number 3, Alex L., number 2, Karen D., number 1. The top 3 have been holding strong for a little while. We've had a little shake up between 5 and 2 throughout. Karen D's been holding strong at number 1. So here we'll see who's moved up and who just came onto the list. So the Lightning Bolts are new to the list. Linda P., Hannah B., Deborah L., Andrew B., Peter G., Linda W. Peter G. was not even on the list. All these people with lightning bolts were not on the list. Linda W. was not on the list. And then the green arrows have moved up a spot. So they're climbing. In the last, what do we got here? Just about a little over 12 hours left, I guess, right? So it's down to the wire. I can't wait to see how this ends, but it's very exciting to be watching the shuffle. Then, still in. I mean, listen, most of the people on this list, just so you know, are just a handful of customers away in one way or another. So, the 21 on down, Asim C., Muhammad S., Esther K., Oil C., Craig M., Laurent S., Mark M., Isaac C., Ashley M., Etienne T., David F., your partner, Michaela D., Julie F., Michelle C., Kenneth K., Michael O., Aline D., Moshi R., Joseph S. in the 40th spot. Congratulations for being on the list. That means you're taking action. This one has really been interesting watching the shuffle of this. So the deal is with this promotion is you can only win this once a week. And you should know that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday count as one day. So we announced the last winner of the week on Thursday night, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday gets announced on Monday. So the winner that we're about to announce here was over the weekend, okay? So every day, this is for all of our products, electricity, autosave, and community solar. First place 300, second place 200, third place 100, and then somebody will also get themselves an Empower ticket, which I actually received an Empower ticket through the raffle by putting in one customer. That's it. That's all I did. And I got a free Empower ticket. So pretty cool. So let's see what, and also we're going to do a drawing on April 6th in Power Hour, which could potentially be the biggest call next to the one tomorrow night that this company's ever had, and there'll be a $1,000 drawing. So let's see what's going on. Here's I'm just gonna pop these up quick. I'm not gonna read them all, but you can just see the shuffle that's gone on. These are the first 4 winners, okay? Then the next 4 winners. But you can see how the shuffle, some names pop in and out, some names pop in once and you don't see them again, but you know, that's the fun of this contest. It's anyone's to win. It's just a matter of who's working that day. And if you had that hourglass where you can see what's going on, good for you, because we can't even see what's going on. So, you know, these are more recent winners. Again, different names. They've all won 300, 200, 100. And then this has been incredible promotion through the month. Congratulations to everybody. You know, a lot of people put some extra cash in their pocket for sure. So let's find out who is the winner from Friday to Sunday. So coming in at number 3, Sasson A is back on the board. Number 2, Joseph S. Congratulations, Joseph. And number 1, Peter G. Out of nowhere, wasn't even on a list, to number 1 customer gatherer of the day. Congratulations, Peter. $300 coming your way. Great job to all of you. So let's see who the next went. And the crazy part is, we talked about this, but you look at this list. A lot of these people, I know who they are on this list because they put in one customer. So we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and now we're into the final stretch. Let's see what's going on. Muhammad S. is on the board with a free Empower ticket for putting in customers. Congratulations, Muhammad. Guys, that is it for tonight. As Julius was saying, you know what I want to do real quick? I got my good buddy, my big buddy, one of my best friends in life on here, Julius. Let's unmute Big John and let him talk about why people need to get on to this partner. Where'd he go? Let's give him a spotlight.
I'm here.
There you are, Big John. I'm going to let you close out this amazing training and tell everybody why they need to be on that call tomorrow night.
Well, they don't need to be on, only if they want to change their lives, only if they want to go and hear these announcements where they can go out and make part-time for the next I'm at a loss for words, and that very rarely happens, but
we'll just call it part-time cash, right?
Well, what I can tell people is that you're going to want to promote this to everybody you know, because there's going to be people that run with this that are going to fill up their bank accounts real fast. And, when you look at an opportunity, right, people want to know they can make money right away, right? Back in the day, Kirk, like you spoke, I built the business for 8 months while I was running my multi-million-dollar a year company. And after 8 months, my residual check was $400. And I worked it hard. And my wife actually snickered at me and said, we're running a multi-million-dollar company. And I said, but you don't understand, hon. This thing is going to start compounding. And that's exactly what happened. And you know what? That's what we're sitting on now. The only difference here is there's a lot of money to be made up front. A lot of people need money if you're hungry. And we have the great products, right? It's not just about the money.
Yeah.
But when you have a product has absolute value for every customer you sign up, where you have no worries in the world. And I was talking to Stan the other day, and I said, Stan, you know what the beauty of this business is? We're not going to lose any customers. Imagine building something for 3 years with basically zero or very little attrition. We've never seen that in this business ever. No company has. So when you build it, they will come. They will stay. That income will go up steady every month. If you build it harder and faster, it'll go up a lot every month. And that's what a lot of people are experiencing right now. So if you don't have the belief and you're new, take trust in what we're telling you. We're not flying all over the country. We're not doing 10 Zooms a day to play with pennies. This sincerely is a life-changing opportunity. And I'm sponsoring people like it's my first day in the business. Yeah. Could I just sit back and not sponsor nobody and go on to make millions? Yeah, I could, but that's not me. I know we have a gift to give to a lot of people, and I'm all in. I'm more all in than I've ever been in my life in anything I've ever done. So great job on the training, guys. Julius, brother Julius, love you, man. I'm glad you had a great vacation with your beautiful family. Kirk, love you, brother. And it's go time, man. I'll be hitting the phones all day tomorrow, calling people, showing videos, getting them on that 9:30 Zoom. The most passionate promoter will always win the biggest. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John.
Thanks,
I just want
John.
to add to what he said real quick, Jules. as I said, I've been in this industry for 17 years. I was with another company. I had an organization with over 100,000 customers, and see how many customers you lost in that company. And I had lost almost 400,000 customers. So think about that for a second. If we had the products that we have here, the attrition rate is minimal. Nobody's leaving unless they die or move. And the ones who move, you can sign them up again if they move to a market where we're offering service. So we're just not going to lose our customers. There's no reason for it. They're getting free service, free product that saves them money. Not free. You still got to pay your bill. But and then the other thing I want to talk about is, there's a lot of people in our industry that are in product businesses, and they have a passion for that. In general, they have a passion for something that is tangible. They can see it, they can touch it, and with these batteries coming into the fray, we now have a tangible product that people are taking pictures of. They're doing videos, and it's already changing the game for those people. So the key right now for everyone here, autosave and our electricity markets are the nucleus to this big molecule that we're building out here. And the batteries are going to be one of the premier products, of course, but get the customers on the platform. Remember what we said earlier, the electricity customers, that's the pre-qualifier for the batteries. So anything you want to add, Jules, before we close her out?
No, I just want people to know this can be your one more time for the last time. If you've been, a lot of us have been in business, we've been working, we've been in networkers, we've been running companies, and me and my wife came here because we saw that the customers were going to stay. We saw that we could build a business to partner and it truly be the one more time for the last time and not have to worry about customers, not have to worry about products running out, not have to worry about crypto platforms going away, not have to worry about all the different things we've worried about. And I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to what we're creating. And I want to encourage everybody to focus on the foundation and then everything else will grow from there. And I'll see you all tomorrow night.
Thank you all for getting on. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Kirk. I'll talk to you later, brother.